Are you ready for this? Let's do it. Welcome to the Manifestation Queen podcast, your filter-free and uncensored source for all things manifestation. I'm Cassie McKenzie, and I'm a manifestation expert. I'm here to raise your vibes and your cash flow. Listen, I've manifested everything from a beer, a six-figure salary, my husband, and homes, and more. And I am spilling everything I can on this podcast so you can learn how you can do the same. The more fun I have, the more manifestations appear, and the more money I make. So it's my obsession to show you how you can be, do, and have anything you want. So join the movement to raise your income and your impact on this world. Become a manifestation queen and create a life that feels like a vacation. Let's do the damn thing. Oh my God, you guys, I'm so excited. I don't even know where to start. Welcome. This is the first ever episode of the Manifestation Queen podcast, and I cannot even imagine being any more excited than I am now to be doing this. Okay. Let me tell you a little bit. So, if you guys have been following along since the beginning, I had the Makeover Your Mindset podcast, which started out as like a really cool handle that I thought, all right, you know what? I kind of like that. I think it works. It makes sense. I work on mindset. It's like a mindset makeover. Meanwhile, I was really obsessed with manifestation, adding a lot of manifestation into the, episodes and all that jazz. But money was always a thing. Like I really loved talking about money. And as time went on, the whole makeover your mindset thing just really didn't resonate with me as much. And I remember sitting in the pool in Bali thinking, you know what? Manifestation is really what I need to be talking about. This is really what I desire to my core to talk about. And that's what I can help you with. So as time's gone on, one of my intentions at the beginning of January was to really give this podcast a kick in the ass. Like, make it more me, create that, environment where you can come here and you know that this is completely unfiltered, completely uncensored. I'm telling it like it is. And let me be honest with you. Let me go back even further. As you know, I like to ramble a little bit, but this is not a ramble, okay? So when I first was struggling in life, like I say struggling, meaning like, I was working in corporate after having Stella. I wasn't really that excited about it. I needed inspiration. I noticed a lot of the stuff like I was consuming as a pharma rep. I was driving around like all day long. So I had to listen, either to the radio, to podcasts, or to, like a Spotify thing. And I never really wanted to do that. So I started listening to podcasts, and it was mainly like this one podcast that's about all the shows on Below Deck or on Bravo, like Below Deck and Vanderpump Rules, but it was really gossipy. And after a while, it just didn't feel good. Or keeping along with that same theme, I was listening to Straight Up with Stassi Schroeder. That's a lot of S's. And Stassi Schroeder from Vanderpump Rules. So it really wasn't that sort of mind food that was going to get me out of whatever rut I was in and help me, right? This was the kind of mind food that was almost like junk food, right? So it feels good at the time, and then afterwards you're like, what did I just do with that last hour of my life? And was it really worth it, So you know what? I started looking up on... Crap, of course I'm getting text messages right now. Like nobody texts me until I go live on something. All right. I started going and looking for inspirational podcasts about manifestation. And the first few that I found were like boring as fuck. Like honestly, it made me feel bad about myself because I started thinking like, holy crap, do I have to be this like perfect person and be like kind of boring and like focus on every little single thing that I do in order to like be able to manifest anything great into my life? Like I already knew about manifestation. I'd already applied it in several areas of my life, but I think it had been so like, it's like a muscle. If you stop going to the gym, then parts of you are going to get flabby. Same thing happens to your brain. Like if you stop listening to reading, like if you stop reading books that are, self-development or like good for your mind and like for your mindset, and you stop listening to podcasts, or you stop like really feeding yourself content that is going to help your mindset as opposed to pollute it. Think again, like junk food versus eating like a nice salad. It doesn't have to be like a boring salad. Could be like a Thai salad from the CPK, like something cool and fun, right? Even PF Chang's has good salads there. So, and that would be better than a Happy Meal. So, I started searching a little more and finally found, like a few other podcasts that were so good and so inspirational, but also so real. The only difference was none of those people have kids. So it was like a little bit of like, I can listen to this, but it's almost, and they're all like in their mid-20s, which is, I have nothing against that, but I'm 20 years older. So I've experienced a lot more of life. And I know that like things are different in your 20s and in your 30s and in your 40s. And you can apply things to all different times of your life and different decades and seasons of your life. But also there was always a feel that there was something missing as far as like being relatable to a lot of different types of people, right? So that's been my inspiration for this. I want this podcast, and my intention for this, now that it's the Manifestation Queen podcast, I want you to know that you can come and listen, and I'm not going to tell you have to be perfect. Like nothing is perfect. Perfection doesn't exist. Anytime we try to be perfect, we stunt any sort of growth that we're going to have, right? Like think of the last time, if you're like me and you wanted to start a project and you were afraid to let it go because it wasn't perfect yet, or you were afraid to start because you didn't know all the steps yet. And I want you to know that like, I started this podcast without knowing all the steps, and it's been a great podcast so far, but now it's like, you've got to have that practice. You've got to get started so that you know what you like and you know what you don't like, and you know what good to you looks like. And you also know what not so good looks to you like, right? You know when you're phoning it in or you're actually really trying and you're actually really into something. So I think that this is a perfect example and a perfect way to illustrate that if you don't have to be 100% ready in order to take action, right? Fear is always going to be there in the forefront of your mind. There's always going to be fear. If you're actually pushing yourself to get to the next level, and I don't mean pushing as in like doing a bunch of shit you actually really don't want to do, just to check a box. I mean, like, if you have your eyes set on the prize, right? Your eyes are set on the goal, and you can see that next level of yourself. Maybe it's an income thing. Maybe it's a new job. Maybe it's, finally not sleeping around anymore and getting a boyfriend you actually like, right? That treats you well. Maybe it's, finding a job where you don't have to work for some dick who doesn't care about your like social life or doesn't care about your family life at home, and actually, treats you like a person who they want to come to work every day, right? So there's a lot of different next levels that we, have to step out of a comfort zone and kind of walk through fear in order to get to the other side. However, the thing they have in common is usually it's like completely worth it to do so. And you just need a little extra like coaxing or cheerleading and decisiveness even within yourself. Even if you are your only cheerleader, you need that within yourself in order to get to the other side. So that's a perfect example of this. I had a lot of fear starting this podcast like almost over a year ago, I guess. And, I was mainly afraid that my job at the time was going to find out that I had a podcast and then be like, it was all this made up shit that we tell ourselves to. So like, here's my dumb fear that I had back then. What if they see I have a podcast and then they think I'm not doing my work during the day and then I get fired and then I don't have a job? Like that was an actual fear that I had. Like I purposefully didn't tell a lot of people about the podcast because I almost didn't want anybody to listen to it at the time because I was afraid people would find out I had a podcast and lay me off or whatever, which is totally bullshit because, and quite honestly, nobody gave a shit. Like nobody cared. Nobody cared. The only person who actually cared was me, and turns out I was caring more about other people's opinions than about my own. So let this be a big sign for you. Like if you are looking for a sign to start your own whatever, like start your own, it doesn't even have to be a business, starting your own mission to that next level version of yourself, this is your sign. I'm sitting here, Mama Cass is sitting here telling you, go for it. Like fucking go for it. Just do it. Do it now. Do it scared. Do it so afraid that like you don't even know if it's going to work out, but like just the thought, just the imagination in that picture of it working out is so exciting to you that you are just like jumping out of your skin, right? Also, let me say, there's no difference between fear and excitement inside your own body. In your mind, there's a difference. In your body, it's all just energy. And your soul wants you to progress in life. You were put here on earth to progress in life. And if you think about fear and anxiety, and if you can start to reframe it in your mind as, what if this fear and what if this anxiety was just actually excitement for living a better life? And what if this was actually just excitement for having more opportunities and being happy every day and getting paid when I'm supposed to be paid and starting that business I wanted to have, right? Or I desire. So what if it's just excitement? Can you reframe it as like you really being excited as to like the possibilities that lie right in front of you? Because that's really truly the truth. It's just so many opportunities that are sitting there for you, waiting for you to be yourself and latch on to them so that you can be like carted into your next level, easily, like flow, right? So I'm going to leave you with that. And thank you so much, everybody who's listening. And thank you so much for everybody who is kicking ass with me going forward with the Manifestation Queen podcast. So I'm announcing a contest today with the launch of the new podcast. We're having a party in the Manifestation Queens group on Facebook, and I'm announcing this. When you do any of the following, I am actually giving away prizes. So I'm giving away prizes. We're having a contest next week. So the contest will run through April the 6th, which coincidentally is the same day the beaches reopen here in St. Petersburg. Here's the contest. You get 3 entries into the contest for leaving an iTunes review. Okay? Screenshot the review and send it to me you can send it on Instagram at XOCassieMcKenzie, or on Facebook at XOCassieMcKenzie, or you can send me a screenshot at hello@makeoveryourmindset.com. And also, that's if like basically before you submit your review, take a screenshot and then submit it, and you'll get 3 entries into the giveaway. You'll get 1 entry for every single time you tag me on an episode. Like you've listened to an episode, you tag me and you tag me on Instagram, right? So, or Facebook, either one. So you'll get an extra entry for every single time you do that. And I'm giving away really, really epic prizes like Voxer access to me, entries into my membership, courses that I'm running. Someone's going to win a scholarship into them, and so much more. Actually, like tangible prizes too. So this is so exciting to me. Also, the Manifestation Queen Academy is opening up right now. So we're in like the pre-sale portion of this. So I really honestly feel that right now is the best time ever to learn the process and the principles and the laws of manifestation and how to apply them to your life. I feel like this is the real key to unlocking all of the possibilities for the rest of your life and to really hone in on getting clarity and purpose on your purpose and getting clarity around what it is that you decide that you want your life to look like going forward. It is a priceless thing to be able to go through a time like this in the world and feel like you have endless possibilities still when everybody else is feeling fear and anxiety. And also to know how to process that fear and anxiety and to work through it and to see what's lying underneath it. Because, so often we stunt ourselves. It's not anything that's happening outside of us. It's everything that's happening inside of us. And when we allow the things that are happening inside of us to control, especially inside your mind, to create these what-ifing scenarios that probably won't even happen to you, when you could be using that energy to create magic and miracles in your own life. So if you're down, I want you to go check out makeoveryourmindset.com/academy. Check out the Manifestation Queen Academy. I'm also opening up, for the very first time ever, Manifest Your Business. And we're doing them back to back. So if you're interested in both, there's a bundle for both. Just reach out to me. And I can't wait. I'm so excited. This is going to be so much fun because, really, are you 100% happy with where you are in life? Or do you see that there is room for growth and room for evolution and room for your next level? And I'm here to teach you how to do it all. So thank you guys so much. I really love you. I love each and every one of you that listen to this podcast. This is so much fun. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Welcome to a new era. Welcome to the Manifestation Queen podcast. And I'm going to have a bunch of really amazing episodes coming up for you. I have about 14 of them all queued up. And if you missed the Business Manifestival that happened last month, or I guess earlier this month, since I'm talking on March 29th, then you're going to be in for a treat because there's a special surprise that's going to be waiting for you on this podcast. So stay tuned. Thank you all. I love you so much. Have a great day, and I will be talking with you soon. Bye. Thanks a million for choosing to push play on another episode of the Manifestation Queen podcast. You truly amaze me, and if this episode blew your mind, then please leave a 5-star rating and a quick review on iTunes so more people like you can become manifestation queens too. See you next time.